So what has happened? Wow, it's been quite a while. A couple weeks have gone by. I have not made a video, and yeah, it's because I've been a little bit busy. So, some of you may, want this update. Some of you may not. It's okay. Skip to one of the ones that's going to teach you something. This right here is kind of talking about the day in the life of just me and what's been going on for the last couple of weeks. I've landed a couple contracts so far. Two with tech companies, and I got another conference coming up. I'm gonna have to travel with all this gear. I'm sorry, it stresses me out. Every time I have to put my gear on a plane, it stresses me out. Is it gonna make it there? Do I have a backup plan for if I don't have the stuff when I land? What I'm gonna do? Honestly, I make sure that there's a Walmart everywhere that I go, or a Best Buy. Always not the case, but it's usually one within an hour from wherever I'm at. The rental car, is it gonna be big enough to carry my stuff? How much? Luckily, I'm a whatever member, and I can take like 2 bags or something with me on a flight. But nonetheless, yeah, it's always stressful for me when it comes to traveling with my camera gear. Even with my cameras, I keep them in my carry-on bag. And listen, I'm not like the guy that has, 15 Pelican cases and everything is form fit. Y'all, look, I use like sweatshirts, right? My job is to make sure stuff doesn't move. Is it cool to, pull up on set, with all that stuff? Sure, but dual purpose. If I'm calling an event, I have a few sweatshirts that I can put on because it's in the bag. Call it cheap, call it what you want. I think it's pretty cool. It's always been working for me, so I have no problems. Do what you will, but I guess some of the techniques that I use to gain new clients, I now create landing pages for each of my genres that I do my campaign marketing to, which is a little bit different. It's a little more administrative overhead, but through the use of AI, which everyone's scared of, I have been able to, I say quadruple my throughput when it comes to that. And it doesn't make the emails any less personal because I do the research anyway, and what I'm sending them is what I would say. And I've trained my AI at this point to, write just like me. So it's not like I'm doing something way different than I would if I was actually typing an email. So basically I got a lot of time back, and I've been able to extend my reach, because of that. But, the funny part about this whole thing is like I started this like as a hobby. Like I've been doing it for so long. Like I would buy cameras, I would buy laptops. I've been a techie like my whole life. My dad made me that way accidentally. It was his hobby, and like creating things was my hobby. I started out working in like a studio, music studio. So like every 18 to 20-year-old, they were making beats, right? So I tracked that out, but it went a little different because I ended up working for like a professional studio or semi-professional studio, recording artist, and then it just blossomed into this whole video thing. I've always had this crazy imagination that I usually keep to myself. So I'll be honest, like doing YouTube videos is like not my thing. I'll be honest with you. Every time I fire this thing up right here, it's another journey. And shout out to all the other content creators out there that do this way better than me and on a whole different scale. Press and record is the hardest part, and that's what I do. I do have my limitations though. I can't just pull up my phone right here and like just start shooting myself and then like post it. I don't know. It's something about me when it comes to quality and the quality of my work. This is not a dig to anyone who does that. Hats off and congratulations to those that are successful with it. It's just something I can't do. I'm in a way a perfectionist. That's probably why, I'll be honest, my YouTube channel isn't like popping, because like I don't put something out if I don't think that it's good. And I know sometimes people say, well, you're disrupting the algorithm by not doing that, but I feel that like if I'm gonna take the time to do this, I need to make sure that I'm giving the people that's watching it some type of quality, not just to pump something out. So that's just kind of a little thing that I have. I'm a videographer by evening and night. I am a cybersecurity professional by day. So I'm always in front of screens and I'm always in front of computers, not necessarily cameras unless it's, Teams or Zoom. Outside of that, this is how I escape like the world of, fat and the bad guys that's trying to, do something to my organization, et cetera, et cetera. So I would say these last 2 projects really did teach me something, that the technology space in which I'm shooting versus, like a mom and pop shop or, a health spa, has been very different. I've been obviously experimenting with AI a lot. You may have seen it in one of my videos. It's probably the longest video I have. And I'll start to like cut those down, but I wanted that 30-minute to give you the blueprint on like how you can create it. By the way, that water company, I was on a plane flying back from DC, and I asked one of my friends, give me the name of a bottled water company because I'm gonna make a commercial. And they said Boss Water, and I said okay. So on the plane, I actually came up with a spec sheet for Boss Water, and actually made the commercial with nothing but AI. And the irony is a lot of people don't like AI. A lot of people think it's trash. A lot of people, y'all, it is. I'm telling you, it's here already. It's not even coming anymore. It's here already. And I would tell you that it does not take away from your creativity as a person, right? You're still the director. I mean, they have AIs now that you're the executive director, and you're telling an agent, which acts as your director, to create everything for you. But I'm not going that far down the rabbit hole just yet, right? But at the end of the day, like, it's still spitting out your creativity. It's not just coming up with something. It needs direction, and you are the one that gives it the direction. So don't be afraid of AI. I know that it looked like trash about a year and a half ago, and right now it doesn't look fantastic, doesn't look great, but it looks good. QuickBooks, billion-dollar company. I just watched a whole commercial, literally a whole commercial that was shot in AI. Like, I mean, I spotted it because I created, right? But I asked one of my friends, I said, do you know that commercial was made in AI, right? And they were just like, no, I didn't know that. That's where we are right now. And I challenge you to, matter of fact, call out some AI commercials you may have seen come across the national television airways. That's AI. I know QuickBooks was one. I watched this. They made mattress toppers, and they were talking about how fluffy the topper was. And I seen a couple get in bed, and the dog jumped in the bed, and it was like, have a great night's sleep. Only thing that gave it away was the sun was still out when they was getting in the bed. That's when I was like, yeah, that's not a real commercial. That's AI, right? But technically, it is a real commercial, and that's where we're going. So I implore you, if you're looking in that space, like, sure, use AI. It helps with your creativity. Another thing you'll see, as a matter of fact, I even got a comment about it. It was like, hey, like, the AI is cheapening my work. Believe it or not, the AI is cheapening my work, because I don't have to pay for, Storyboard or any of those other companies to get B-roll anymore, right? I can literally make my own B-roll and my own vision and what it is that I want to see. I don't have to pay a company and then search this entire catalog to see somebody around a campfire, when I can just literally type, hey, I want to see a couple of, around a campfire in a desert. It's dusk right now, and there's a, fox that runs in the background, right? And it'll create that. I don't have to search a catalog for that, or hope that someone has it. So yeah, I am saving money by doing that. So if that's cheaper than my work, I'll take it all day, honestly. And half of it, I'll be honest, except for the ones that look science fiction, where like I get a camera that explodes into a million different pieces, sure, I can see how that can be. Sorry, I got allergies, y'all, pretty bad right now. My nose is itching. But yeah, I can see why, that can seem that way. But that's where we are. And now, am I going to be one of those individuals that go to Seed Dance, or start using Gemini Omni to create like small movies and things like that? I don't know. I might, right? I never necessarily had a desire to create like a movie or a show or a series, but we'll see where this whole thing can take me. But for the most part, I am a hobbyist. I really enjoy doing this on my time off, in between studying technologies and the betterment of my profession. This is how I escape. And I learned that I can make money doing it as well. Am I competition for some of the big wigs? I'll be honest, yes, I am. I am competition for some of the big people that's out there that's charging $70,000-$80,000. 100%. I've seen one videographer I know made like $30,000 for like it was like 2 video shoot. And yeah, I mean, I'm not cheapening the brand, I'm not cheapening the profession. I do keep my prices extremely competitive. Again, I feel that my time is precious, just like I hope all of you do. And I think I can produce the results. My Google reviews say that I do. So, you know, I like what I do. And I encourage anybody who really likes this profession to, you know, maybe explore the possibility of making some money. I'm not saying that you need to make $100,000 or replace your job or anything like that, right? Like you can do what you love and not make money, right? I mean, a lot of people play video games. Majority of the population probably plays video games, and a lot of them aren't making money. So whether you're making money or not, you're still gonna be happy doing it, right? So like for me, I'm happy doing it. If I can make money on the side to buy like new gear or take a vacation or 2 here, sure, I'll do that, right? But I'm not looking to start like this big firm that's going to make millions of dollars and, you know, I replace my job and all that. I'm pretty secure in my profession, what it is that I do. Maybe that's an advantage or disadvantage to my passion. Some people be like, oh, you're supposed to jump out there and don't be stupid, right? Don't be crazy with it. I mean, I love what I do, and if the opportunity presents itself, definitely I will ride that train, but I'm not going to sabotage anything until I know it's a surefire way. And generally, the rule of thumb is you need to be making 1.5 times the amount of money that you make salary before you even decide to kind of make that type of jump to do it something full time. So just remember that little formula. If you can make 1.5 times more, it's definitely for you. And there's a lot of different pay ranges and tax brackets, so choose wisely, right? But can you, you know, make $5,000 a month? You can. You can. And for some people, that's perfect, right? That's enough, and they could quit their full-time job and things like that. Sure, right? But then some people need 25,000. Some people need, you know, 60,000, right? I'm not that person, right? But I fall somewhere kind of in between. And at the end of the day, though, I want this to still be a hobby for me because I want to enjoy the work. I don't want the work to feel like work because then the joy kind of disappears from it. I'm rambling, y'all. Anyway, got 2 shoots coming up. One's going to be in San Francisco. We got another one that's going to be in the Washington, D.C. area at the Microsoft Corporation building. And that's going to be really cool. So I'm going to get back to pumping out these videos. You're not going to see me cheapening my content. You're not going to see me scale down the quality in which I deliver my tutorials and talks to you all, right? This background right here, this is my Armatron. So yeah, this is an Armatron from Radio Shack. I took this from my dad. So my dad bought this because remember he liked tech. This is like one of the first mechanical robot things right here. It took like the big D batteries. But yeah, I like this little thing right here. I keep it there to remind me of my dad. He's a great guy. Thanks for watching, y'all. If you got any questions or comments, go ahead and drop them in that box right there below. And I totally appreciate you watching this time if you made it this far, right? If not, this is just a time capsule of me venting about my successes, failures, and loves and joys. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate you. Take care.